Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Death Stranding. I am the Mysterious JG, and we seem to be getting pretty close to, at least we've gotten around a camp full of terrorists. And, oh, hold on, what does that indicate? I guess we rested there. Make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Yeah, and we want to, take it as slowly and gently as we can through here. Because I believe we're out of danger. Although, like, just sheer exhaustion is going to be a bit of an issue. But I guess it counted taking a break as resting. Hell yeah, bitches. So BB's all super happy. And I'll really feel confident if some kind of, like, atmospheric music kicks in. Because that generally means no threat, just plot. Either that or there'll be some cinematic and suddenly Higgs will be here with some giant monsters, but oh no, a ladder is starting to deteriorate. Oh, crypto biotes. Yeah, I guess we can pick some of those up. Oh, I was trying to.
A moment too soon.
I was trying to pick up crypto biotes, but whatever. I guess maybe I missed my chance. They all left. Well, I rested for 3 seconds. That was good idea. And there you see the end of the world, or Super Tar Sea. Oh, never mind. Almost Nothing, featuring OK Kaya. More of the, I like to take Quaaludes music that Kojima apparently listens to. It's just super tranquil, chill music to indicate that, yeah, we probably are done with monster threats here. For now, we just need to get to the end of this zone. Yeah, I got some crypto biotes too. We're really coming down in quite an altitude here. But it's nice. It's laid out in such a way that we can see our objectives, and it all looks really impressive. True love is brr, 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 brr. True love is somewhere? Sundays? Chiral crystals we didn't really need, but whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. At the end of the last play session, I did, off-screen, like, made him actually sleep, and then went and did some stuff. And I think, now I'm trying to remember, did I bother to save after that? Yeah, I think I might have saved after that, but he just, like, literally I went and did some errands, and, like, had him go to sleep, so he slept for about, when I do errands, like, tidying up in the apartment kind of stuff, so he got about 15 minutes of actual sleep, which is why he's not completely out of stamina at this point, I guess. But I'm assuming that, that thing in front of us that looks like a wrecked bit of road is probably where we're supposed to be going. I should have brought a PCV or whatever they're called, because it seems like it would have been nice to have like a shelter out here. I don't think we're going to get a shelter out of this.
Sam, you should be nearing the old building site. Look for the terminal and submit your materials for processing.
Sorry to interrupt the pleasant female voice singing. Well, here, let me crank the volume up for you. True love is summer, Sam. By the way, Sam, I'm probably not going to betray you now because they've telegraphed it way too much. I'm sure somebody turns out to be evil. Not that many options, actually. I mean, we're going to rescue our sister, so she could turn out to be evil. Hard Man and Dead Man could turn out to be evil. Die Hard Man, I'm pretty sure, can't be just outright evil. It's... They've telegraphed it too much. He's really running out of juice here right at the end. Just want to take a second. I don't want it to like suddenly collapse and drop the cargo like while we're climbing up that thing. Because we really had like nothing left. Massage shoulders. Yeah, I'm trying to press the button for that. Might feel strange to you that we got this close and suddenly decided to start worrying about stamina, but yeah, I just had this image in my mind of him just pitching over sideways and dropping everything and taking damage, like now that we're this close. Probably need to drink some Monster Energy drink or something, but that I think can wait until we actually... Oh, never mind, the music cut off while we were resting and then came back. I thought it had just ended. He was like, no music for people who are resting. Me again.
Sam,
Still talking to you.
You need to get those materials processed in order to finish the Cairo relay.
You think I don't know that? Oh, my battery is fully charged. That's nice. Alright, make delivery, deliver requested cargo, confirm. Expand the Cairo network and cross the tar belts. We have delivered all 5 containers to repair the relay. 1% damage, 1% damage, 1% damage. We got an S rank. We got Heartman sending likes. Heartman resuscitation. We don't appear to have a 5 stars, like, we don't have a thing where we can build up our affinity with this place. We got our bots delivering mostly destroyed plants. B ranking, which is actually pretty good for the bots. Tom Servo. Crew. You've been awarded the title Master Courier. To many, your abilities as a porter are practically legendary. Reach cargo condition grade 50, you'll now be able to keep your balance more easily. Okay. About to say, oh, 50 must be a huge landmark. Oh, wait, never mind. I've got several things that are over 50.
Good job, Sam. Now access
Sund approves. Alright, time for little baby BB/Lou to experience Disco Dance Party as we activate Shadow Network stuff. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's like, oh, check it out, man. This stuff's so cool. New strands established. Central region. Chiral Relay has joined the Yucca. Oh, there's ghosties. Okay, I can construct structures.
And with that, we're all linked up. Once you cross the tar belt, the end will be in sight.
You know, it's casual day at headquarters, but I still decided to wear my tux.
Edgenut City awaits. The staff
His
we're
long
sending will
coat
start by
tux.
building a safe house. Over time, they'll expand their operations and establish a new facility. In doing so, they'll carry on the legacy of the brave souls lost to the tar. All thanks to you, Sam.
But those brave souls lost to the tar were not babies, because that would lead us to a phrase that we really probably don't want to use. Just throwing that out there. Bond with Lou restored. The Lonely Road. Oh, there is a, never mind, there is a place for us to go rest. Now, we weren't immediately told what to do, but I have it on good authority, folks. We have to actually read our mail. I think if we wander around for a while, we'll just get called and told to read the mail. But I believe we're supposed to be reading mail in order to advance the story any further. And I think this might be like a serious point of no return deal here. Like, the whole point of the game is to rescue our sister who's being held in some kind of California zone. Like, I don't know specifically if it's supposed to be a specific city, but it's like a city in California which has been taken over by terrorists. Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president, or your sister, who is the daughter of the president? Yeah, I feel like that's kind of where the game is supposed to end, right?
Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
When do I get my own blood back? Thank you for your generosity. Mail received from Aaron Hill, excuse me. Chronicles of Aaron, a fellow traveler. We got a lot of fancy wappets over there. We haven't talked to Fragile in a long time. He gave me a little wink. Alright, so we're gonna poop, pee, shower, drink beer, eat cryptobiotes. Ten grenades. Wow, we really needed to pee. Yeah, I guess I hadn't used a facility like this in a while, so we were filthy, and we didn't poop that much, but we desperately needed to pee. Alright, now let's examine the table. I'll just do 3 so it's less likely to shoot some in our face. Put on the sunglasses without the hat, because that's our featured look. Eat some cryptobiotes. Let's see how much time is left in the video. 14 minutes. Well, that's how much we've... Okay, so we're about halfway through a video, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me. Oh yeah, when we get here, like, other people have already played through the game. Somebody will have built a shelter. Because I was like, oh, I really should have brought something I can use to make a shelter. Like, well, of course somebody would make a shelter here. It's pretty It's a place you'd expect there to be one. Look at mail. Okay. I spoke to my parents, Owen Southwick. Let's go here and then up. You'll never guess what happened today. I spoke to my mom and dad. Not for long, but I spoke to them. First time in 3 years. They live up in Capital Knot City, but there they were, as chirograms floating right in front of me. When I said my goodbyes and left for the first expedition, I thought it would be for us. I thought that would be it for us. Okay. They used to have a whole ceremonies for folks so they died on the way back before stranding. Not like now. Can't spare a moment before the body's whisked away for incineration. And if you can't make your peace with your loved ones, why put yourself through the pain of sticking around and watch them get sick and fade away? Leastways, that's what I thought until today. Now I've seen their faces again. I can't help but wonder if the day might come when our work is finally done and I can go back home. Okay. You considering how little these people have to say to you when they see you in person, well, it's chirograms from inside their bunkers. Like these people have written some really emotional um, emails full of like personal information, and then like you see them, they're like, "Oh, Sam, it is good to see you. Thank you for delivering this." That's about all you get. Slaves to the wheat. He's a farmer. There's Sam. Seems we've grown much more wheat than we can harvest. More than the bot could handle, even. Say, have you been making use of the new Ordre deck feature we shared with you? A friend of ours developed it especially for us so we could analyze the soil and select the best spots for growing wheat. Ours got lost in the terrorist attack in Middle Knot City, though. Still, we can definitely vouch for how useful it was. Be sure to give it a try if you haven't already. I'm probably not going to bother. Anywho, we've been doing some light reading to try and figure out what to do with our bumper crop. And it turns out the history of wheat is really quite fascinating if you're super boring and bored. You know, it's originally a strain of grain native to the Middle East, that's right. But it wasn't until our ancestors began to cultivate it that it really came into its own. It turned hunters into farmers overnight, changed the evolution of mankind. Homo sapiens settled down in one place and stockpiled food, and rather than chasing it all over creation, and with stability came society, culture, religion, all cursed you little old wheat. But it wasn't a one-way street, oh no. Wheat made out like a bandit. That obscure Middle Eastern grass wound up spreading to all four corners of the globe. You can even say it was wheat that turned us, and that used us, and not the other way around. In fact, some scholars say just that. We became slaves to wheat. What do you think about that? I have also been in communication with Gamma. He may be able to help us. What do you think of that? Are we able to become slaves of all over again? Are we about to become slaves all over again? I sure hope not. Thanks for making it weird, buddy. Environmental scientist. Wheat's great and all, but... Dear Sam, thanks for stopping by again. I'm sure it was plain enough to see, but this farming equipment of ours has been a runaway success. Tell you what, if Amelie had taken interest in our research, and you'd never put us in touch with the weather station folks, none of this would have been possible. Thanks to you, we'll be able to provide a constant supply of food for one and all. Thumbs up. Having said that, this life ain't exactly what we had in mind. We came here to study the effects of time following plant life. We never intended to stick around and become farmers, but then we got to thinking it might be possible to reclaim crater soil. And then one thing and another led to another. One thing led to another. I don't know if Amelie expected we'd stay here this long. And we're still keen to continue our research. We've got more to offer the world than wheat. But if we don't move on, does that mean that we really have become slaves to it after all? What is with you guys being wheat slaves? He's not a sex pervert, he's a food pervert, and these guys are some kind of BDSMW. The W is for wheat. The spiritualist, a snapshot of ages past. Sam, do you recall the handprint you brought me? Well, I hope you're sitting down, because when I analyzed it, I discovered that it was 65 million years old. It dates back to the late Cretaceous period when the dinosaurs became extinct. I did fear that perhaps it was just the rock, and the handprint itself had been added much later, but that seems not to be the case. Could someone have traveled through time via the beach in order to leave it? If not, how could it possibly have been made? I plan to look further into the matter, and we'll get in touch when I have learned more. If you happen to stumble across anything that might shed light on this mystery, let me know too, won't you? No, we're never going to acknowledge your existence again unless the plot makes us. Peter England. For a last meal, only pizza will suffice. My dear Mr. Sam Bridges, once again it is I, Peter England. Once again I must implore you to fulfill an urgent request. I speak, of course, pizza. But before you declare me unforgivably selfish, know that on this occasion I write to you on behalf of my elderly father, who has been fiendishly out of sorts of late. and has even divulged to me his dreams of the beach. You can imagine how I felt upon hearing such dreadful news. I fear he may not be long for this earth, and that being the case, I cannot bear the thought that he might shuffle out this mortal coil, having never sampled the transcendental delights you deliver. Could you help me grant him his final kindness by ferrying the dish in question from Mountain Knot City? My father has often spoken of his fondness for salami. If you can ensure that this last supper is topped with a copious serving of set sausage, he would die a happy man indeed, I am sure. Lots of thumbs up. Well, I mean, that's a thing we could do. The geologist, chiral nightmares. Thanks to you, the chiral contamination's all cleared up. Nasty symptoms, though. Dizziness, headaches, insomnia. At first, I was worried it was all down to my isolation in the shelter, the intense focus of my research for the past year. But I got real bad. But the nightmares started. I saw the end of the world, the portal of the beach opening, and BTs pouring through by thousands. There was nowhere to run, no time, and they began scooping us up one by one. And then the void outs came, bigger and bigger, and a massive one, or several massive ones, enveloped the whole world, and poof, just like that. When I told Hartman about it, he likened it to the visions of extinct doom sufferers tend to experience. It's strange, though. After all, we now have incontrovertible proof that Corellium is far from a recent addition to our world. Anyway, that's the problem for a different day. The important thing is that I'm cured. It's all thanks to you. Okay. Will new life rise from the tar? The Evo Devo biologist, expert in, multi-rocket launcher missile systems. Allow me to thank you again for your assistance, Sam Hart. My tar analysis is ongoing, but I was somewhat surprised to discover that it contained chemical compounds which bore a striking resemblance to D-amino acids. These so-called right-handed acids are rarely found in living organisms on Earth. Left-handed L-amino acids are what one generally expects. However, this sample of tar contained none, save the rarer variant. The hypothesis that this tar may function as a medium to summon the past into the present may be incomplete, for it may also give rise to a new life composed of D-amino acids, more accustomed to thrive in a post-death Stranding world, perhaps? Would its rise coincide with the fall of L-amino acid-based life such as ours? All I know at this time is that the Stranding is almost certainly the source of this and countless other unexplained phenomena. However, what ultimately lies in store for this planet and its inhabitants remains a mystery. The spiritualist again. Chiral Network connects people, past and present. How are you, Sam? In good health and good spirits, I hope. I have to say the chiral network is quite impressive. Ever since you hooked the shelter up, my life has become much more exciting. I've been able to procure all sorts of goods that I had never seen before. I've noticed quite a number of new structures going up nearby as well. I should also mention that I managed to unearth some old research data that may offer some insight into some of the more unusual phenomena you might have experienced firsthand. I'm sure you have a vivid recollection of your many experiences in the seam, but it turns out that the in-person wandering around it that you may have identified as yourself may or may not be you at all, but someone else entirely. You see, while everyone's beach belongs to them and them alone, the seam is an altogether different beast. I've read about people who had near-death experiences that involved the seam. When they came across someone else there, they found themselves somehow saved by them in the real world. They'd even received care packages and the like in some instances. Remarkable, you'd agree. You might even say the chiral networks bridge the gap between this world and that in more ways than we realized. Now, I still don't understand who this someone else actually is. The fact that they're in the seam, though, would suggest that it's someone who's died, wouldn't it? Someone from the past? So in essence, the past is intervening to keep the present alive. It's comforting to think that that's not just BTs and other scary stuff that comes over from the other side. Maybe the chiral network can help us reconnect with more benevolent beings and positive forces from the past as well. If I may, Sam, I don't suppose you could keep an eye out for this mysterious someone from the past next time you visit the seam, could you? Uh-huh. Chronicles of Aaron, Chapter 1, The Great Embarkation. Hey, Sam, you're heading for the Tar Belt, right? Well, once you pass that, you'll be in Edge Knot City at last. But only Amelie and the Vanguard ever made it that far, and from what we've been hearing, everything west of the Tar is pretty messed up. Lucky for you, we're going to construct a backup safe house once you get the chiral network hooked up over yonder. Director's orders. Got heart of gold, doesn't he? Of course, the question was, who was going to get that sweet, sweet job of trekking all the way out there to build it? You guessed it, yours truly. Guess that golden heart of his doesn't bleed for me. Still, for the good of America. It's for the good of America, right? America. Everybody's got to do their bit for the great rebuilding, I guess. Anyway, it looks like I'll be throwing on a pack and venturing out into the wilderness like my old friend Mr. Bridges. Wish me luck out there. Anyhow, pioneer and adventurer signing off. Oh, okay. I hope you didn't get killed. S4122. The Ammonite with the umbilical cord and mass extinctions. Okay. Sam, the Ammonite with the umbilical cord you brought me has undeniably brought us closer to solving the riddle it is the Death Stranding. I really cannot thank you enough. And thanks to that antimatter bomb you provided, I have finally been able to resume excavations. I remain confident that by continuing... Oh, God damn it! This group chat is like fucking... It's the family group chat. My sister sent everybody a mass group chat thing because my niece is selling shit for school. And okay. Like it's turned into like 10 messages. Sorry. All the thanks to antimatter bomb you provided. Antimatter bomb off the top rope. I've finally been able to resume extractions or excavations. I remain confident by continuing to research the fossils contained in the deeper strata, we will gain a greater understanding of how this particular ammonite is likely linked to Stranding itself. Umbilical cords are not necessarily a product of evolution, but possibly a result of a genetic factor that hastens extinction itself. What? A mere theory which, if true, would invite the question, what of our own umbilical cords? Are they indicative of a predisposition towards self-destruction? And if so, is there anything we could do to change our course? So this whole game is really just Kojima's diatribe against the umbilical cord. A troubling possibility to consider, and one for which I have no response. Given this theory, one might consider the umbilical cord to be representative of a connection between life and death. A dangerous, potentially fatal relationship, but like the many connections you yourself have forged, a potential force for good. For so many of our accomplishments are the product of our collective action, the fundamental truth that would seem to have remained forgotten by many had you not brought us together. Stay the course, Sam. Aaron Hill, Chronicles Aaron Hill, Chapter 2, The Lonely Road. Oh no, he's going to be facing Ulysses, but at least he'll have Eddie to help him out. Where are you at right now, Sam? I just left Mountain Knot City behind. Don't worry, I'm not getting in touch to gripe about how hard this is or anything. I'm fine, honestly. Now, seriously, I'm a veteran of the first expedition. How else do you think I made it this far west on my own? I can look after myself, especially with the forecast data available on the chiral network these days. Always know when the time falls on the way. Compared to last time, it's a breeze. Walking the mountains on your own, though, it wears on you. It really does. Can't believe you've traveled so far without a soul for company. You're another breed, seriously. Yeah, he's a freak. How do you have Lou? Anyway, I passed this beautiful heart-shaped lake a little ways back. I'd heard of it, of course, first time I saw it with my own eyes, though, the one by Hartman's place. Somebody told me there used to be a city where that lake is, which reminded me of a story I'd heard about. The porter who got snagged by a BT, and this tar started bubbling up from the ground along with bubbling crude, along with rocks and buildings and all sorts of debris. Stuff from the past, people said, and the porter used to escape the tar and give the BT the slip. What do you reckon, Sam? Sounds a bit crazy when I think about it. Anyway, I swung by Hartman's place to say hi, but nobody answered when I came knocking. Maybe he ain't as friendly as he makes out. Seems my journey through these mountains is going to be even lonelier than I thought. Can't give up now, though. Let's both keep on trucking. Catch you later. Are we actually going to see another person in person besides Mama? Wait, yeah, like I don't think Aaron Hill is suddenly going to be a major character, but maybe I'm wrong. Summoning objects from the other side through the tar. Sam, I've been analyzing the tar samples you collected for me, and I've got to say it has properties that are wholly unlike those of the more common tar we've observed on this planet in the past. The same can be said for the tar taken from the strata in which the ammonite with the umbilical cord was found. No deposits have been discovered, save for those accompanying massive fossil beaches. It's as if there's literal stuff of extinction. Even more strangely, it seems that objects submerged in concentrations of this tar are partially, if not entirely, transported elsewhere, most likely to the beach, I suspect. Therefore, by chucking that nuke into the crater lake, you may have sent it to the other side itself. Assuming it's a two-way street, that also means the matter sent to that world could theoretically return through the tar once more. That would explain some of the more fantastic stories I've heard of buildings swallowed whole by tar only to miraculously rise from its depths at a later date, looking exactly as it did when they were lost, which has intriguing implications, don't you think? If tar is the gateway to the past it has consumed, then maybe it could be manipulated into regurgitating its old mails. Huh. Man, look at all this shit. Oh, we've been playing the game for, I guess I've been playing the game for almost a year. Guess what, Sam? I'm halfway there. Can you believe it? To tell you the truth, I'm struggling to believe it myself. Not so long ago, I was all but broken. Mind and body both. My feet were nothing but blisters and Chiliblians. The going was so steep I nearly slipped and fell more times than I can count. But I just saw I was about ready to curl up and die. You know what I came across? A hot spring. Damn, those things saved my life. Damn thing saved my life. And it wasn't an ordinary spring either. They're recharging springs. You heard of them? The water heals wounds, cures fatigue. Hell, it even recharges batteries. Something short of miraculous. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Okay, so maybe it didn't happen across the place. Porter told me about it. Thanks, Porter. See, I was doing my best to steer clear of ET territory, but my best wasn't quite good enough. So when I was about to walk into a heap of trouble, this guy showed up, told me I was headed for danger, and took me to the spring instead, even helped carry my load. I can't tell you how good it was to meet another traveler on the road, especially a friendly one. So yeah, we had a soak together. Shot the shit. It was nice. Seemed he'd mislaid some cargo meant for a bridges scientist, said helping me out of his way of atoning for his sins. Now that I think about it, that whole part was pretty strange. He said the cargo contained ammonite with an umbilical cord. Ain't no such thing, right? Right? But yeah, I can't speak ill of the guy. I wouldn't be writing you if it wasn't for him. Be safe out there. Till next time. Till next time, indeed. And I'm going to call it a video. I'm going to hope that the sound sync works because I've been having trouble with that with some other stuff I recorded today. And when we come back next time, we have to make a decision. Do we want to use a fragile jump to go back to Mount Knot City and deliver a pizza, or press forward with the story? I guess we'll find out together.